The bridge between where you are now and where you are heading to in life is called process. Hi there, welcome to the abundant life. Usually people think that every great man that you see anywhere on earth got there all of a sudden, or maybe was born with a silver spoon in their mouth. It is not usually the case. I can assure you that up to 90 or more percent of the great people you know in this world have to go through process, because process is that bridge that links a man at point A and the man at point B. So that bridge is called process. Let's use Joseph in the Bible as a case study. That man had a vision. God showed him a dream. How the sun and the moon and 11 stars, representing his father, mother, and his brothers, were bowing down and worshiping him. That was a vision. Before he arrived there, he had to go through the pit. From the pit, he was sold into slavery. From slavery, he started serving a man, even as a slave in his house, was accused falsely, led into prison, and eventually became that man. Now you see, the Joseph that had this vision and the Joseph that eventually became a prime minister are two different people. One was still a lad, did not know much, did not know how to even manage words, did not even understand emotional intelligence, had not developed the skills that are required to rule as a prime minister. The clear example was how he communicated his dream to his brothers. Told his father, told his mother, all of them would bow down to worship him. You see, that was one way of communicating a vision. As a young, naive lad, there was still some element of pride in him. And you see, that led to persecution, hatred, and what have you. Now you see, fast forward many years later, the same Joseph was interpreting the dream of Pharaoh. You can see how humble he was interpreting this dream, how mannered and how well cultured he was when communicating with the king. Cleaned up himself, wore something good, approached the king, had this poise and this confidence, but then very respectful. Interpreted the dream of the king and even made recommendation, did not point at himself. Told the king, find a man who is wise and can handle this affair. It was the king with his own mouth that said, who is wiser than you in all of Egypt? No one is wiser than you, and no one has this kind of spirit of wisdom upon them to be able to interpret this dream. And then the king with his own mouth made him that ruler, bringing that his dream of so many years ago to pass. So you see, between the man that has the vision and the man that eventually fulfills the vision, there is something called process. You need to go through training. You need to subject yourself to mentorship. You need to be willing to patiently go through hardship, not run away at the slightest provocation or the slightest show of difficulty or hardship. So process is that link between a man at point A and the man at point B. So in between this is a lot of reading, a lot of training, a lot of development of character or character development, a lot of training, a lot of passing through that process. It is important. So get yourself through the process, and I can assure you that you will emerge at the other side victorious and champion. I love you. Until we meet again, keep living in the abundant life.